Well, one of the biggest challenges women face during the various stages of menopause is getting enough sleep. And when we're sleep deprived, everything else is impacted. So let's get some help so we can get some sleep. Dr. Sarah Patel from Sonoran Sleep Center is joining us this morning to talk about navigating those night sweats and understanding menopause's impact on sleep. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
This is a really big deal to women because feeling tired, like I said, it impacts every relationship, every interaction in our daily life. So what's happening? Why are we having trouble sleeping during menopause?
So for pretty much our whole life as a woman, until we get to menopause, our progesterone and estrogen, which are key hormones, are pretty stable, aside from pregnancy.
Right.
When we go into menopause, we actually kind of see a roller coaster of estrogen, so it can be up and down, and then we see a rapid decline in progesterone. And these really affect our sleep. This is where we see the emergence of night sweats, more disruptions and causing insomnia.
Okay.
And that also, with those changes, also can cause us to have changes in our airway, changes in our legs that we'll go into. So
yeah, so when we were talking earlier, she said these hormones are very protective of our airways. So when they start doing this, our breathing at night gets a little messed up. I had no idea. I don't think a lot of women know that that impact is happening.
Yes, right. So during menopause, we have those changes, and so the estrogen can go up and down, and really estrogen helped keep our airway stabilized.
Okay.
And when we're going into menopause, then we start to see, or during menopause, we'll start to see narrowing. If there's a reason for the airway to narrow, we usually see this more during dream sleep. So sometimes we'll hear patients or bed partners saying it was almost like a purring, or I can hear a soft snore.
Really?
And we see an emergence of sleep apnea during this time.
Okay. You also say we get a little restless leg during this, or we can, and we have this need to move a lot.
Right, and we can also see an emergence of restless leg syndrome. And oftentimes what happens with restless legs is we have our legs will move back and forth, and this is something that we don't even know we're doing, and that's trying to make ourselves comfortable in bed, which can also lead to insomnia, where we're staying up trying to fall asleep, and we continue to do this, and this can be very disruptive to our night. Not only our night, we can also see the effects of having just poor sleep the next day.
During the day. All right, so you have some practical strategies to help us get better sleep. What can we do? What can we implement?
So what we can do, and the biggest importance, is to continue to have a regular wake time, and that's kind of 7 days a week. That can really establish our how we respond to light cues. So when we have normal natural sunlight, that can block melatonin. So if we're continuing to stay awake during those, have a regular wake time, that can help us at night. Also, sleep is very active, so we want to enter the room when we're actually sleepy. Just because it's 9 o'clock and we feel like we should be in bed, it's not always the case.
Okay, listen to your body.
Right, and our body doesn't always know work schedules, but it can be very responsive to light and dark. And so when we do go into our room, we want it to be cool, we want it to be dark, relaxing, and you kind of want to check the worries at the door. And so if there's anything that you're getting into bed and you're like, I need to finish this email, or I need to finish my schedule for tomorrow, try to do that before you get into bed, because that'll be very helpful. And then your room for sleep is just for sleep. And if you're not able to fall asleep and it's been 20 or 30 minutes, get out of bed and then come back to bed when you do feel drowsy.
All right, good information. She also says, don't be afraid to contact a doctor. If all of these tips are not helping, it's okay to get that medical help. If you'd like to contact Sonoran Sleep Center and get some help navigating those night sweats and the impact of menopause, you can find them in Glendale near 56th Avenue and Thunderbird. Give them a call at 602-206-6262 or visit sonoransleep.com for more information.